All right, today, what are we working on? This guy. So today I am starting to prep for my 27th year of Moab. I've been going to Moab 27 full years. It's kind of crazy. I got initiated back in 99, and I've been riding Moab basically every single year for the past 27 years. So the guys I used to go with all the time have gotten a little bit older, and a lot of them have quit riding Moab specifically. So before I go to Moab, I always do a bunch of bike preps. So today we've been going over the KTM 500 EXC-F. It's the 6-day edition, but I've done a bunch of really cool stuff to it. So, but today what we're doing is we're doing an oil change. I'll show you what I have, what I'm going to be using, and something that you should probably consider yourself. With my oil changes, I use more or less the same stuff that they use from factory. I have opted to go to Motorex and use the Power Synt oil, which is a 10W50. It is SAE, that is what they recommend. And then I've had nothing but phenomenal success with these Hiflo filters. This is what I've been using for many years. This HF 652 is the one that is for my bike. And then to make this whole process much easier, I picked up a Public Land Riders oil change kit. So what this does is I can get to the side, I can go ahead and pop off the actual filter itself. Sorry, my finger, I spray painted it earlier, so don't worry about that, little guy. I'm not dying, I'm not a zombie. But it hooks up to the end, and then this allows you to turn it on and off. So we'll get this installed. The bike has been warmed up properly. So we have been basically letting it idle and letting it go for quite some time. And then we should be able to, let me turn my Voyager Pro off here. But it's nice and warm, the motor's nice and warm, and so that'll be able to drain out all the oil. So I'll have to get it off the stand, get it tipped on its side, take that plug out, and then once that plug is out, I'll get my little oil tube installed and then back up on the stand and vertical. So I'll show you the process. Stay tuned. Okay, bike is on its side. So in order to gain access to the oil filter, which is right there, I have to take my little skid plate off, but there is a screen right there, and then this is where you actually drain the oil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take off the bolt. I'm going to put my device here on it. It screws in just like that, and then I'll get it vertical and take the skid plate off. So yep, that should be real easy. So skid plate is only 2 bolts. It's just right there, one on the other side, and then should just be able to pop right off. But yeah, that'll be easy. It'll be good access after I get this on. It'll just pop right off. KTM skid plate is off, and I am pretty much done draining all the oil. So there's a few little drips left. I'm just gonna let it sit for while we're doing the filter itself. So the filter, that's where it's at. So what I'm gonna do is, this is an 8mm, or you can use a, what is it, a T30 Torx on them. I will use the 8 just because of ease, but we'll pull that cover off, get an oil pan underneath, get the oil filter out, take a look, put the new oil filter back in, and go from there. Well, I popped the cover off, and what did it do? Immediately dropped down into my pan of oil. All this oil is definitely not from the bike. It is from other oil jobs and whatnot, but it's really good so you can see differently a contrast between the different oils and see what's puddling and what's not. So, all right, so got my cap. I'm gonna clean that up with a little brake clean, make sure everything looks good. But let's get up here and take a look at the filter itself. So best way that I found is just take a pair of needle nose, stick it in, and then it should just slide right out. So there she be. Ooh, that thing is really not terrible, but yeah, we'll take a little bit closer look at this oil filter here in just a minute, but I'm gonna take a look, make sure everything looks good. Yep, everything's looking just fine. Yeah, we'll get the other oil filter in and then go on to your little screen so you can pull any big particles off of that. I hit it with a little brake clean and then stick it back in, but I'll show you how to do that. Okay. New oil filter. You want to make sure that your inlet is going into the bike. Make sure it's seated real nice and well. And I take a rag and just wipe all the face down. Take my cap. Make sure it's nice and clean and there's no contamination on it. Excuse me. And as you see, let's turn it over. Oil filter, caution, hot. And that just slides right into place. And that O-ring keeps it nice and tight. Take your bolts, stick them back in. Get it to start. Both sides. Finish it up with my wrench and socket here. And since there's an O-ring on this, I'm not exactly sure what the Newton meters are, but they were not tight. I usually do them, you know, fairly snug. They don't need to be cranked way down on it. So just in the time of doing the oil filter, you can see that my tube has now filled up with quite a bit more oil. So, oh geez, let's readjust that. And then we'll open this back up. Figure out which way it goes. Yep. Let her drain out completely. So the only thing you really need for this job are a couple tools. First one is that all these bolts here are 13 mil. The bolts for your filter are 8 mil. and then my, my skid plate itself is 8 mil as well, or a T30. On the back side, in order to get these in, I use just a T30, and then where it attaches up top here, it's just an 8 mil. So they're real super efficient. But let me get this screen out, show you what I'm seeing, and then we'll put everything back together and I'll show you where to fill it. Okay, so the filter is out and there's just a little bit of metallic on it. So I'll take the screen out real quick of the cap itself, clean it up, stick her back in, make sure everything looks good, and then let's add some oil. So when I pulled my oil plug out, it has a little magnet, but look at how nasty that is. Get a clean rag or a clean paper towel, and then get that all cleaned up. So that's what it's supposed to look like. And that's all the metallic crap that came off of it. Now, with these oil plugs, if you notice, there is a copper washer on this. So you do want to make sure that you have copper washers on tap. I have some extras. I'm going to swap into a new one, and then I am going to tighten it, and I believe it is 20 Newton meters. So I'll get out my little 1/4 inch drive, and it's a little torque wrench. You guys see this thing is so small. Uh-oh. So I got my big one, 3/8, and then I have my little tiny one. So when you are dealing with any of these oil things, oil plugs and whatnot, you want to make sure that you're using the proper one. Now this one has inch pounds, and then on this side it has Newton meters. So I'm going to get this up to the 20 Newton meters and get it torqued down to the specs and oil time. And just to confirm, if you see right, let's see if I can scroll in there, there's your 20 Newton meters. That's what it's saying on how much that is supposed to be torqued down to. So yeah, we'll get it torqued down. Okay, there it is. There's your 20. Okay, so I just went ahead and put the skid plate back on, as you can see. Oh boy. So, got the skid plate on, got the 4 bolts in. This is where we're gonna fill the oil. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on a stand and get it vertical, and then I'll show you exactly where we need to fill. Okay, for this next part, you're gonna need your oil, and you're gonna need a funnel, and you wanna make sure that you keep your bike nice and level when you're looking at your oil level. So let me show you where you're gonna be looking, and then once we get the oil filled, put the cap back on, I'm gonna start it up and let it warm up for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and check it one more time. Okay, so I got my cap right here, and you're just gonna take this off, set it to the side, and then you have your little sight glass right here. And so when your oil starts coming up, you're gonna be looking for the oil to be at half the glass as it stands completely level. So I got tire on the ground, I got my stand underneath it, but I also have the tire on the ground on this side. So we'll go ahead and fill this up, and watch that oil level start to come up and go from there. Okay, so I have it filled up. You can see that the oil is in there. I always add just a little extra because the oil filter hasn't been filled quite yet. So, so next I'm just gonna put the cap in, just get it finger tight so that it's sitting decently. I'm gonna go fire the bike up, let it run for a little bit, and then we will check it one more time, make sure everything looks good, and call it a day. I gotta say, I love this bike. I got the tidy taillight, enduro plate, I got a fastway end cap, and this thing just absolutely sounds so good. Woo, doggy! See what we're looking at. Starting to build temp. Okay, that should be good for now. Turn it off, key off. Oh, can't get copyrighted for the music. Oh boy. All right, so now if you look at the oil line, there's no oil line. So now, since we've cycled enough oil through the motor, then what we'll do is we'll just top off the oil level in the bike and it should be good to go. Okay, it's all been topped off now, and if you look carefully, let me pull my brake lever out, oil line is literally right at the midway point. So yeah, looks awesome. Okay, oil on a 2025 KTM 500 EXC-F 6-day edition. It's good for the Champions Edition, regular edition, the 500cc motor. It is quite easy to do. Get yourself the appropriate oil filters. In the comments, or sorry, in the description, I'll leave you the oil filter that I used, the oil I used, and then show you all the tools that I used as well. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Pretty quick on responding back, but until next time, have fun, be safe, and stay frosty. We'll see you soon.